Big names in retail like Walmart, Home Depot, and even fashion brands such as Coach are facing a new challenge: President Donald Trump's tariffs. Prices are rising, retailers are adjusting, and shoppers are reacting in different ways. But here's the surprising part. Despite higher costs, American consumers are still spending, at least for now. So, how are companies handling these tariffs without scaring away customers? And more importantly, will these rising costs eventually hit your wallet harder? Let's break it down. Retailers under pressure, but holding on. When Trump announced steep tariffs on imports from dozens of countries earlier this year, many feared it would cause an immediate spike in prices. Walmart's CFO even warned back in May that shoppers should brace themselves for higher bills. But now, a few months later, things look a little different. Walmart admits it has raised some prices, but in many areas, it has kept costs the same or even added more discounts. In fact, CFO John David Rainey told CNBC, "There are certainly areas where we've fully absorbed the impact of higher tariff costs." What does that mean? Basically, instead of passing all the extra costs to shoppers, Walmart is eating some of the losses itself. Retail analyst Scott Ciccarelli says retailers are raising prices, but nowhere near as much as expected. Companies have been finding creative ways to absorb costs, such as negotiating harder with suppliers or changing where they source products from. So far, that strategy seems to be working. Consumer spending, still strong, with some cracks. One of the biggest questions has been, will Americans stop spending if prices go up? The answer, not yet. Walmart says its shoppers are very resilient. Even with tariffs in place, people are still buying clothes, shoes, and even luxury handbags. Tapestry, the parent company of Coach, said one of its $690 designer bags sold out within minutes of launch. But the story isn't all positive. Lower-income shoppers are starting to feel the squeeze. Walmart CEO Doug McMillon admitted that as prices creep up, especially on basic goods, middle and lower-income families are adjusting their shopping habits. Some are buying cheaper private label brands, smaller packs of items, or skipping purchases altogether. At the same time, home improvement stores like Home Depot and Lowe's are seeing uneven demand. Sales picked up in July, but higher mortgage rates are keeping homeowners from starting big projects. And some brands, like Crocs, are openly worried. CEO Andrew Rees said customers are becoming super cautious and avoiding stores altogether. That's a big warning sign for retailers. How retailers are fighting back tariffs may be expensive, but retailers aren't just sitting back and paying the bill. They've developed smart strategies to dodge or soften the impact. Some companies are importing goods from different countries, not just China, stocking up on merchandise early before tariffs take effect, carefully raising prices only on new items instead of hiking prices across the board. For example, Shark Ninja, the company behind popular blenders and hairstyling tools, raised prices on some products, but later had to roll them back when customers resisted. Instead, they started launching new products at higher prices from the start. Walmart and Target also stocked up early, filling warehouses with goods before tariffs kicked in. And Home Depot revealed that more than half its products now come from U.S. suppliers, reducing its dependence on imports. Still, the tariff bill keeps growing. Tapestry warned that higher duties will cost it around $160 million this year alone. That's a big hit to profits, even with strong sales. The bigger picture, Trump's trade gamble. It's worth noting that these tariffs aren't fully settled. While many rates went into effect in early August, Trump recently delayed the steepest tariffs on China for 90 days. Right now, they sit at 30%, but they could still go much higher, even up to 145%, if talks don't go well. This uncertainty is making companies nervous. Target, for example, gave a wider earnings forecast than usual because it's not sure how future tariffs will impact costs. Why some brands are winning. Not every retailer is struggling. In fact, some are thriving despite tariffs. Walmart is leaning heavily on its advertising and online marketplace business. Ads on its website and fees from third-party sellers have become a fast-growing revenue stream, with ad sales jumping 46% this quarter. These higher-margin businesses make Walmart less dependent on selling cheap groceries or T-shirts. Home Depot and Lowe's are betting big on professional contractors. Both have made billion-dollar acquisitions to strengthen their pro business, which provides steadier demand than everyday homeowners. Coach and Birkenstock are using brand power to raise prices without losing customers. Birkenstock's July price hike didn't lead to any cancellations at all. This shows that strong brands with loyal customers have more flexibility, They can pass on higher costs because shoppers are willing to pay. But we're not out of the woods. For weaker or mid-sized brands, the story is very different. If a company doesn't have hot new products or loyal customers, tariffs hit them much harder. They can't easily raise prices because shoppers will just walk away. Crocs, for instance, is not only cutting orders for the second half of the year, but also swapping old inventory with new styles in stores. A desperate move to keep customers interested. Retail analyst Scott Ciccarelli summed it up best. If you're a growing brand, suppliers may share some of the tariff pain with you. But if you're struggling, you're on your own. So what does this all mean for everyday shoppers? For now, prices at big stores like Walmart and Target may not feel drastically different. Retailers are doing everything they can to shield consumers from the worst of the tariffs. But behind the scenes, costs are piling up. Companies are absorbing billions of dollars in higher duties. And if tariffs rise further, it may only be a matter of time before more of those costs hit our wallets. The question is, how long can retailers keep absorbing the pain before passing it on to us?